It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
Hello! Welcome to Gimble's Prosthetics and Medical Supplies. You're here about the missing Mr. McGee, am I right?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
Oh, yes, forgive me. My name is Gimble. Stanley Gimble.
Duh! Who else in this game talks like that? Of course he's Gimli.
You can call me Stan.
I called him Gimli. I meant Gimbal. Let's talk about Mr. McGee.
Right. Mr. McGee. Well, as I told you, he was supposed to show up a few days ago for a photography session. Reference for my work, that kind of thing.
But he didn't show up.
No, he didn't. Earlier, I had asked him to take a few pictures of himself for my perusal. A sort of resume, you might say. And that was the last I'd heard of him.
I see. Does the name Carson ring a bell?
Carson? No. I don't think so, anyway. Oh, look! I know I've got some information on Mr. McGee back in my files. Do you want me to try and dig it up?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd appreciate it.
Don't mention it. Just wait here a moment, and I'll be right along.
Okay, I'll wait here.
You have such beautiful arms. I absolutely must have them.
What? I think there's something fishy about this guy, and not just the fact that he walked really weird through that door. I mean, that's not fishy, that's normal in this game. Like I said, it's very glitchy. Let's explore. Okay, so it's kind of run down, but so far this seems pretty on the level. Not quite certain why there's a camera facing a blank wall. A refrigerator. Hey, how much would I bet this guy keeps blood bags at? Yeah, score! I'll have my take myself some of that. Alright, a basement. Of course. Gotta have a basement with doors with bars. Why is there a soiled, burnt mattress just lying in the corner here? Anyone else getting some Saw vibes from this guy? I mean, blood. It's not sanitary. Why is the prosthetic cutting limbs off? And oh, jeez, ooh, there's a trail. Oh yeah, this guy's definitely a Saw killer. I mean, Jesus. Oh, he's this.
Oh, hey, help! You gotta get me out of here, man. This guy's a freaking nut job.
Hey, you're the terrible voice actor from the recording.
Who, Gimble? Yeah, Gimble. That guy's been taking pieces off of me and McGee over here for the last 3 days. He's crazy, man. Freaking crazy.
Okay, now how do I open this door? What the? Oh, here he is. You've messed with the wrong vampire wizard today, Mr. Wow, this is much better than just trying to fight him. Got him. Blood Strike? Not bad. Not a bad power. I did just break the Masquerade by using Blood Strike in front of this guy.
You're a lifesaver.
But you know
I was
what?
gonna make it.
This isn't
I'm
a
telling
masquerade
you,
zone,
I've
so
done
it
some
doesn't
weird cases,
matter.
But this one takes the cake.
You're Carson, I take it.
Yeah, that's me. How did you know?
Arthur Kilpatrick sent me.
You did? Oh man, that's solid. I owe that guy big. I hope I can figure out a way to get him back for this.
He's got some more work for you. You should go back to his office.
What? Oh no, man. No, not for me anymore. Look at my hand. Gimbal took my trigger finger for a trophy. I'm
Whoa,
all through
shit.
with this business. I hate to leave Arthur in a lurch, but that's just the way it is.
I understand. Well, I'll give him the bad news. See ya.
Thanks again. Don't worry, I'll take care of old Stumpy here.
You better do... What? Stumpy? Stumpy? Oh, Jesus! And then he just runs off. I'll take care of old Stumpy. No, he just books it. A severed arm. Yes, that's what Gimbal was attacking us with, and now we can use it as a weapon. Although the previous owner probably misses it, you can still put it to good use. Huh. Okay, so it's actually kind of not worth it. It has the same lethality as a knife, though, which means it's as dangerous to kindred as a knife is. Weird, considering that it's completely bludgeoning. Although it is kind of very Planescape Torment to do so. I don't think in Planescape Torment you can actually rip off one of your limbs and use it as a weapon. But I know that near the end of the game, you encounter one of your past incarnations, and you can trigger that incarnation to attack you with his own limb. Planescape Torment, a weird game, and I love it. Alright, guess I better go tell Kilpatrick about how he's gonna need to find a new bounty hunter after all. Maybe he can hire me to be his bounty hunter. Now that would be awesome. Alright. Not a whole lot of commentary I have to say right now. I'm starting to really exhaust all the side quests in Santa Monica. I think it's just this side quest and the one for Nox. The rest are all are either main quest or on hold until I can advance later on in the game. Yo, Fat Man.
What's shaking?
I found Carson. Unfortunately, he's not coming back.
What? Ain't coming back? What do you mean he ain't coming back?
His trigger finger got cut off by a psychopath.
Man, that's a tough one. Bounty hunter ain't no good without his trigger finger. Well, hell, that really leaves me in hot water, boy. Gonna cost old Arthur real good.
Who did you need Carson to find?
I got this guy with a sheet a mile long, put in on 3 warrants. His girlfriend put up for the bond, and now he missed the court date. I can't get in touch with either of them. Want a job?
I might be interested.
Well, it won't be much of a job since you ain't licensed and all, but until I can get me another bounty hunter, I need you to find out if this guy skipped town or what.
Can't really be a bounty hunter then. So you just want me to find out if he's here or not?
Yeah, no body attachment or nothing. Just find out if he's here or where he went. I'll pay you. Deal?
Why don't you pay me for the Carson job first?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Here you are.
Okay, thanks. I suppose I can help you find this guy.
Great, all right. The guy's name is Mike Durbin. Goes by the name Muddy. His girlfriend put up for his bond.
Oh,
Tripp's Pawn Shop.
I confused McGee with the next guy I gotta find, Muddy. That's my bad. So Muddy and McGee are different guys. There is no Muddy McGee. What's this guy's record like?
Well, he was brought up on manslaughter charges years back, but he got acquitted.
Good for him.
Since then, he's been in and out for this and that, small-time stuff mostly.
One of those guys. What did he do this time?
Most recently, he was brought in as part of a big case on stolen auto parts. It's this big chop shop thing that's going on in Santa Monica. Been in the paper.
Okay, so above the pawn shop, right?
That's right. Mary Ann Murrieta. In them crappy places above the pawn shop. Find out where
that's where
is, where is he going.
No, they're
whatever.
crappy.
But
They're
be
definitely
careful.
crappy.
You're not licensed, and if anything bad goes down, I don't know you. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Come back when you got some info. Thanks in advance.
Yeah, no problem. I'm out of here. All right. Now, he said something interesting about Muddy, which is a chop shop business. And, there's a salvage yard right over here. Can't go in there. But, just keep that on the back of your mind, that, you know, Muddy is involved with a chop shop. This guy urinating in the alleyway is a potential feeding victim. I don't need to feed on him, I'm already full. But if you're ever playing a character who is not good at seducing and picking up blood dolls, even in the asylum where it's really easy, just hang around that alleyway and eventually that guy will come down there to pee, and then you can just take him. Alright, so these are the crappy ass apartments, which actually, now that I think about it, enough time might have passed since I dropped off the werewolf blood where LaCroix should have our money. Let's see if LaCroix put our money. He did paste my money. Heck yeah. How much do I have now? $709. Looks like that still hasn't changed. Okay. Actually, I want to do some housekeeping at my haven. Specifically, I'm picking up a lot of useless stuff. Let's see. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Still need that. I could sell these. I can sell everything but the knife. Okay, gotta get rid of some plot items I can't sell but don't need anymore. And I think he's in this. I think he's in this one. And I think the difficulty's higher than I can beat with Blood Buff. Yeah, it is. So, okay, I got a lot of experience. I've been saving my experience. Time to start. Okay, and there we go. Yes, good. Now I should have enough to open this door. Ah, dang it. Okay, hang on. Now we'll have enough to open this door. I can still hear Deb through that wall. Okay, okay, there we go.
Hey, Mayor, it's Mike. Look, I gotta head downtown.
Just looking around for stuff.
Days, maybe longer. If Reno calls, tell him to meet me down there. We got something to discuss, apparently. I'll be at Milton's place in the Skyline Lofts 2A. Sorry, baby. I'll explain everything later.
Alright. He ain't here. And he ain't here, so back to the Fat Man! I'm gonna walk back to the Fat Man, but you guys ain't gonna see that because I'm gonna cut it. Back to the Fat Man! Yo, Arthur, stop T-posing, talk to me.
Hey there, Slick.
I got some info about Muddy.
So what'd you find out about Muddy?
He's fled someplace downtown.
All right, then. I'll have to call in some bounty hunters to help me find Muddy and a couple of other jumpers. Thanks for all your help.
You can thank me in American dollars.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. Here you are.
Thank
you. See you around, then. If you ever find yourself or a loved one locked up, please call.
I will. Later. And he's back to T-posing. The funny thing about this playthrough is that every session I'm finding a brand new glitch. Before I started the session, he would never do that. And then last episode, we had the graphical glitches. So, who knows? Maybe I'll luck out and there'll be a weird glitch that helps me through a really hard part of this game. But I'm not going to bet on that. Anyway, I could go back to the asylum and see if Teresa's home, so I can give her the pendant. But we also found that key for Foxy Boxes. Well, this place isn't very foxy at all. I can throw this creamer jar around. Oh no, it's actually a coffee jug. Whatever, just throw it. Because, you know, the source engine has a physics engine. A laptop, how mysterious. Reports, how even more mysterious. It's not password protected, how foolish. 10, 12, 04. Yeah, alright, report 1. My initial observations of the city indicate that the Cainites here are both scattered and unorganized. There are 3 individuals of note, but they seem to be involved in some sort of dispute. I shall continue to watch and listen. 10, 18, 04. The Cainites are a curious and fragile race. They waste the gift of their immortality on petty schemes and fleshly gain. We will have little problem making the city our own. 10, 21, 04. It seems that my presence here has been noted by one of the Cainites, a Nosferatu, I believe they are called. He has entrusted the responsibility of my surveillance to a bumbling mortal fool. I have begun to follow this so-called spy, a small amusing respite from my usual duties. 10, 23, 04, last one. I have drawn the attention of a newcomer, an agent of the Prince, who has discovered the corpse of Virgil Crumb. I know very little about this individual, but they seem much more resourceful than most Cainites I have observed. I will prepare myself in the event that our paths cross, because an altercation seems imminent. If I do not survive, let my last report state that Santa Monica is ripe for the taking. We will find little resistance if we come in force. Alright, so it seems like these Asian vampires are preparing some sort of invasion of Los Angeles. And, yeah, he's behind that door, and this is kind of the wake-up fight in this game. If you've been building Melee, this guy's not that hard. But if you haven't, he's real hard. Oh! Flaming crossbows! Piercing and burning damage! Looks like he knows our weaknesses. Okay, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Is he up there? Go! Eat magical blood! Which then gives me your blood. I'm gonna try blood purging this guy. Okay. Ooh! Ooh! Too close for comfort. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's jumping around like crazy. Yeah. Remember those gangrel I fought? Those Sabat gangrel I fought in the tutorial? Those guys were pushovers. This is a real vampire. And they just, well, he's not really a real vampire, but in terms of power, he's close to a real vampire. He's probably stronger than I am. Alright? But I have the power of thaumaturgy. Yes! Got you! And because I killed him when he had his Shingunto out, I got the Shingunto. If you kill him when he has the crossbow out, you get the flaming crossbow. Haha! Don't I look cool? What does the game have to say about his Shingunto? This mass-produced version of the traditional Japanese katana. Not as effective as a real one, but quite dangerous nevertheless. Let's see. Damage potential 16, lethality 11, feat adjustment -3, base damage 2. Yeah, it's significantly better than... but melee combat, I'm kind of not good enough to use it effectively. I might have to stick with the knife. But fun fact about both the Shingunto and later on in the game when you get an actual proper katana, if you sneak up on someone and then stab them in the back with it, the game plays a stereotypical Japanese chord. It's kind of funny. I think it's the only weapon that has a unique... No! Baseball bat has a unique sound. Anyway, I killed the Asian vampire. Let's go talk to Nox. Ugh. Fuck. Hey, Nox.
Yo, dude, you do that thing yet?
I did all of the thing.
Oh, thank God! Oh man, yes! That thing was hounding me like every night. Look, still haven't heard anything from Bertram. Sorry, okay? I'll still let him know, but for now, I have no way to repay you.
That's fine. I got a cool sword. No problem. See you around. All right. Just gonna stock up a bit. My second blood doll, Arizona Girl.
Wanna come play with me?
As I said, I do. Alright. Plays this little animation, then you just go straight for the hickey. You know, just enough for in V5 equivalent removing... Jeez, the NPCs can be annoying. Anyway, just take enough blood for the equivalence of, you know, 1 hunger reduction. Alright, level 2. You can't see it because I don't do face cam, but I'm kind of dancing to the music.
You. What were you thinking?
What?
The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
But
shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you!
I didn't do it, I swear!
Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
I swear, I didn't do it. I even brought you the item from the Ocean House. Here.
Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the feud.
Yes.
There's only one problem. If Tongue gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
Alright, how do I do that?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
You know what? If the Baron of Santa Monica wants her sister back, I'll get her sister back.
For all her unwholesome diversions and irritating disruptions, I should be less tolerant of her. She is my sister, however, and I suppose I'm obligated to forgive her her trespasses. I did sire her, after all. Please, be quick about it.
Alright, I'll take care of it later. Interesting detail. She is Jeanette's sire. So, yeah, that's weird. Not unheard of, but, probably a bad idea. Anyway, another thing I want to point out, which is her, oh, my sister is acting toxic and disruptive, but she's my sister, so I have to love her. No! Please! Don't. Family is never an excuse for tolerating abuse. Well, she said the diner, and the last time I was in this diner, the frame rate dropped. That's weird. And the normal person isn't here, and the music's very different. What the? Hey! Oh yeah? You guys think you're so cool, but I got magic. And magical blood healing.
Where you going, man? Where you going, man?
Well, these guys almost killed me, but survived. What the hell is up with that? Now the phone's ringing. Hello, Surfside Diner calling.
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her design, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help!
Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I want some goddamn answers. This guy. Hey, buddy, you saw nothing. Technically, I didn't have to do that, but I mean, it's role-playing, and this is a role-playing game, and I should be enforcing the masquerade, especially when I just breached the masquerade with so much thaumaturgy in that diner. Anyway, I'm sick and tired of getting jerked around by these two crazy sisters. I'm gonna march myself up there and make them fear the power of my thaumaturgy, and then call off the feud with Bertrand Tongue. I'm gonna have so many words to say about them. They've either both tried to kill me, or Therese has tried to kill me. Or Jeanette. Or whatever. Why is she just pointing it at the painting? Hello? Did the game glitch out again? Oh shit, the game glitched out again. Maybe? Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm all the way right back here. Okay, you know what? Just gonna skip ahead back to that scene again. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if it doesn't glitch out this time. Okay. Okay, there we go. And what?
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seemed promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear. Shut up, Jeanette. I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
That's right. Therese, Jeanette, they're the same person. And they are a Malkavian. That was That was their clan the whole time. And until this moment, most people never suspected it, because neither of them acted like a stereotypical Malkavian. Which is why I said you can't judge a vampire on their clan by trying to figure out what clan stereotype they fit into, because some vampires don't, and not all fishmouths are lunatics who argue with stop signs and talk to TV anchors. Anyway, why are you both fighting?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean! You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead!
Both of you, stop!
Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up! Just shut up!
Stop it right now, both of you!
Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down. Blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
If you both want to continue to exist, you're gonna have to live with each other.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
Both of you have been working against the other. Together, you'd be a power.
I don't think that's possible. How could I ever think to trust her again? Trust me? Who could trust you after what happened with Father Dearest? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
That's all in the past. Forget about it.
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
No matter what happens, you two need each other to move on.
Why? How will this time be any different?
Let's see. Think of how powerful you could both be if you worked together.
Therese doesn't like to share. Jeanette's irresponsible. She's undependable. A venture like mine requires class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed, face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days.
Therese, let Jeanette have more responsibility.
More responsibility? So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up.
Jeanette, stop sabotaging your sister's plans.
But I only do it for attention and out of love. You do it because you're vindictive and jealous, and you deserve it.
If you'll call a truce and run this place equally, there's no need to kill each other.
If she would stop treating me like a child, if she would start behaving like a rational adult.
You both must have gotten along at one time.
Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own worlds. And we spent so much time there together, ruling over those places. Those were happier times, before we grew apart.
You really don't want to kill each other, do you?
I never did. No, I guess I don't. Jeanette, if I were to offer you equal control in Santa Monica, would you quit consorting with Tongue? I'll stop working against you with him. But since I've got him in my pocket already, there's no reason for me not to pay him a little visit once in a while, when he can be of use. That's not a bad plan. There's just one more thing. I want to be in charge of Santa Monica, but only publicly. I want you to continue to convince others that our relations are strained. That way, we know who our enemies are. I agree.
Give me the gun, Therese.
Take it. I'd hate to look at it again and think of what almost transpired. I suppose now that Jeanette and I have settled our differences, I'll call off the feud with Tongue. Bertram's hiding in an empty oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him to expect a visitor, and I'll ask him to be extra nice.
Goodbye, you pair of lunatics.
Please give Santa Monica's regards to the prince, and keep your tongue tied about what happened tonight, or we'll have to kill you.
And then the name is Tourette. How sweet. Now, would anyone like to hear my interpretation of what the fuck was going on in there? Well, like I said, it's pretty obvious that Tourette, as this now new Gestalt entity is known as, is a Malkavian, and specifically, her Malkavian madness took the form of dissociative identity disorder, which is a real disorder. And if you sort of read between the lines, it's actually possible that Therese, the original personality, had DID before she was embraced, and it's well known from the lore that Malkavians will occasionally embrace people who already exhibit symptoms of a mental illness. So, here's my headcanon for what happened with Therese. Therese had a sister, or Jeanette is an alt that Therese's mind created in order to deal with the fact that she was being sexually abused by her father, and that this is a real reason in the real world why people manifest DID. It's normally a coping mechanism for abuse. This results in the Jeanette personality being basically hypersexually aggressive, and because, you know, she's basically Therese's repressed sexual desires, which she now hates because it's intertwined with memories of the abuse of her father. Then she becomes a Malkavian, and the Malkavian insanity's supernatural nature takes over and jacks up the symptoms of DID to the point where it's created two completely separate, unique identities, which you normally don't see with DID. You don't see personality differences that that stark, that manifestly different. As for, well, if Jeanette never existed, why is there that painting of the two daughters? We don't really know when that painting was commissioned. Again, it could have been created when Therese was already an adult, in order to help maintain this delusion, this idea that she and Therese are different people, when in reality they're just two different identities. Anyway, here's Bertram. He's always been here. We've always seen this Sunco gasoline tanker the entire time, but now the game is just unlock the gates. You can kind of sequence break this if you use cheat codes to just no-clip your way through. Anyway, here is Bertram Tongue, aka Nasty Dude.
Look who finally made it. Thought you'd never find me, huh?
You knew I was looking for you?
I've gotten good at knowing when I am wanted.
Yeah, he's a Nosferatu. He's probably been watching us the whole time. Are you Bertram Tongue?
The one and only. But don't bother with the introductions, fledgling. I know who you are.
You do?
News travels down the Kindred grapevine like wildfire. And that courtroom spat between LaCroix and Nines Rodriguez is a juicy little morsel. And you in the middle. How interesting.
That's great. So, I survived.
Oh, you did you? Well, I wasn't worried. So why did you need to find me? What did you need?
I need to get to that warehouse for Mercurio. You know Mercurio?
Oh, never mind. The warehouse, though. I've been watching the place. The Sabbat has a bunch of low-life humans working day and night to move stuff through there. There's some major staging going on.
Right, can you get me inside?
Yes, I can. Just tell me when you're ready, and we'll leave. Once you're there, however, you're on your own. You'll have to get into the place and plant the explosives in the middle office to take the whole structure down.
Let me get a few things together first.
Alright, I guess. Come back when you're ready to go. But don't be too long, fledgling. This isn't really something we planned around your schedule.
Whatever, see ya. Yeah, except, that's not true at all. I can spend hours dancing away in the club, and there's nothing you can do about it, because it's a video game. You actually run on my schedule, asshole. Anyway, that's it for Santa Monica. I've wrapped up everything I have done. Next session, we will be hitting the Sabbat warehouse. Until then, see ya later.